Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a long time since I've talked about my Hobonichi Cousin, so I thought I would sit down and film a quarterly update. I like to kind of talk about the cousin on a quarterly basis because flipping through all the daily pages is kind of a lot, and I feel like I've been in a really weird relationship with the cousin this year. It's a planner that I really loved over the last couple years, but this year we weren't quite clicking. The Hobonichi Weeks over here has really been my main planner, and because it's a bound book, I kind of had this identity crisis with this planner where I was like, okay, if it's not really an informational archive, like what is this other than a journal? And really what I've come to accept is that it's my for fun planner. I love vertical memory keeping, stickering, pre-planning, whatever I feel like doing in the weekly pages, and I'm really enjoying just continuing to journal in the back of this planner. So I thought we would just kind of flip through the first quarter and talk about anything new and how I am approaching this. So I typically have a ton of stickers stashed on my cover. My cover is from Midori. It's an A5 clear cover that I stretched out with a blow dryer, and then I put on some sticky pockets, and I just kind of put whatever the heck I feel like in here, and that works out pretty well. I marked my paydays and my year at a glance, still finding this pretty functional, but this planner isn't my functional planner, if that makes sense, so that actually gets a lot more use in my weeks. My future log is pretty blank, but I did decide how I was going to use this. I did kind of set it up as a tracker of sorts, and basically I took my 4-year-long habits, which is my cycle, my weight, my workouts, and my planner spend, and I've kind of split this into 4 columns, and instead of constantly transferring that data somewhere else, I thought, hey, this would make sense. I'm still a little okay, do I need to do this? Because I've accepted the fact that I'm going to keep my Hobonichi Weeks, and that has all those trackers in it, so if I really need that information, it's not like I need to duplicate it. So we'll see. Maybe moving on to April, I might do this as a line a day or a gratitude or something like that, because I've always been interested about doing that in the past as well. But all this data that I need is in my week, so I will probably take the time to backfill this while watching something or another, so it is at least full. But that's basically how this page has been getting utilized. Moving on to the monthlies, these have also been kind of a hot mess express. January was very functional. I tried to set this up extremely functionally, so just like my yoga challenge, kind of written down here at the bottom, yoga with Adrienne. I put in birthdays, high-level events and appointments, running to-do list for the month, and I like how this looked. I feel like it's very functional. I can look back and figure out what the heck was happening on what day. So from that perspective, I do like this because this planner has more or less become a memory keeper. February, these were very lightly used is probably the best way to put it, but I kind of kept up that same mentality. It was whenever I did do the yoga, I wrote it in, future events, pulled in some stickers, mostly from the Coffee Monsters Co. or Caffeine and Paper Co. I do have a coupon code for Caffeine and Paper Co., so I will leave that down in the description box if you are looking for one. And then in March I didn't even touch this, and I decided I was just going to use this as a gratitude log, and did that for 2 days. And then I alluded to this earlier, but I've actually moved gratitude journaling into a whole separate notebook. So this didn't get used, and I might go back and do a highlights of the day just as an opportunity to kind of continue to get through some of my stickers. I have a very overwhelming sticker collection that I've been working on whittling down, but I don't know. The monthlies just aren't happening, and I'm not worried about it. If my monthlies are blank and I'm not referencing them, there's nothing lost for me, and it's keeping my planner thinner. So for now, they're not really getting used, and I'm not mad about it. Okay, so moving to the weeklies. These are probably still my favorite part of this planner. I really like a vertical layout. My brain thinks very well in a vertical layout, particularly for memory keeping, I've come to realize, because within my Hobonichi Weeks, which has all the information you see on these pages, the problem is that that information is kind of split into 2 places. So if you look at my weekly, this is sort of like a high-level dashboard of everything that needs to get done or did get accomplished, with a few highlights kind of sprinkled in between. But if I want to know, okay, what actually happened on March 17th, I gotta look here, I gotta look here, and then I need to flip back and look here to get, the full picture. And for the most part, when I'm trying to find information, this threading is enough to like really get me what I need from a functional standpoint. But when I'm like trying to like look back on my year in memory keep in a year from now, that might feel a little overwhelming to me. I haven't quite decided. So this still feels like a great way of taking what I have between my weekly and my daily log and putting it in one nice vertical column. And I'm liking it, so I'm going to keep doing it. But I don't really use kits when it comes to my weeklies. I use a lot of character stickers. I use a lot of these like functional stickers from Sterling Ink, and I also still have a discount code for her, so I will leave that in the description box for you if you're looking for some of hers. I always get her clear, transparent matte stickers because they're a little bit thinner and they work really well for layering. But still keeping up with my habit trackers. On the side here, I keep track of my workouts, my yoga challenge for January. I was doing the weather for a long time and like my weekly weigh-in average, that kind of thing. Lots of gray the first part of the month. Moving into February, we got more into the colors. February was kind of the point where I really had my biggest like, I don't know about this planner moment because I was so loving my Hobonichi weeks. I was like, I really didn't know if I needed to keep this up. In fact, I had actually started moving my journaling into an A6 Hobonichi around sometime in February, but eventually once I got into fountain pens, which is right about here, I think, I ended up migrating back to the Cousin purely to have a larger Tomoe River canvas for my daily journaling. And ever since then, and kind of just accepting that I like to vertically sticker plan for fun, this planner and I are getting along again. March, I really kind of like leaned into the green theme. Loved how my March pages so far are looking. I have been writing down work to-dos, personal to-dos, tons of memories, events and appointments, just like I've always done in the past, and just overall really enjoying this. Got into some of these like rust type colors for this week, and then this is my current week. Kind of went back to the green because it was St. Patrick's Day. I've started using my fountain pen in here as well. I'm using my Pilot Vanishing Point in extra fine with Atramentis, I think I'm saying that right, Archive Ink. I will leave both those listed down below if you are curious. I am still pre-planning my weeks like on a Thursday or Friday the week before, and then at the end of the day I come in and fill these in. So you'll see I've got some stuff kind of laid out for Friday, but today is the 19th, so at the end of the day I'll go in and like backfill those in. So I will take what's in here and put it in one nice vertical column. Takes me about 5 minutes. I enjoy pulling out a couple stickers or two and find it to be very like non-stressful. So I don't think I'm going to stop that anytime soon. So turning to that beautiful page between your daily pages and the weekly spreads, I split this into 4 columns and I'm using it as an index if I have any information on this page that I feel I need to index. I am now adding information to this page on a purely if I feel like it basis, which you'll see as we kind of flip through here. But January, I still had kind of convinced myself that this was going to be my archive because I hadn't quite accepted that I'm going to be in Hobonichi weeks for longer than a few months. Now I have such accepted that, and so now it's optional, and it's actually kind of made my daily pages feel a lot more fun. So in January, I use this page as sort of like a high-level task for some goals, things I need to do, things I want to do for myself. Still daily journaling in here, and then I was kind of using these as dailies or backfilling in any notes that maybe I had. You'll definitely see there are a lot of blank pages, more so than usual, I feel like, for this time of year. Usually I'm really good with the daily journaling until about June, and then I start skipping a day here and there and just like not bothering to catch back up. January, I think I did manage to get almost everything but like 1 or 2 days, but overall, you know, this planner is now for fun, and taking that pressure off has been really good for me, I think, because this planner can feel really intimidating in an A5 size, and I'm kind of the person that can just like put pen to paper and keep going and not worrying about it. But like I said earlier, I had sort of like this identity crisis between what this planner was really going to do for me. Like I feel like this could be a tangent, but I personally put a lot of like pressure on myself to have my system feel extremely functional. So it's hard for me to admit that I just do things for fun. And now that I've kind of accepted that I just do this planner for fun, it is in fact way more fun. You'll see a lot of colored inks in here. I have purchased like 5 or 6 bottles of inks, which is like way too many in reality. Like I'll never get through all that, but I really like using the colored inks in here. I've got a couple different fountain pens. I will maybe do a fountain pen video in the future. If you guys are interested in that, let me know down below. But really like just playing with the different ink colors, the different pens, doing more doodling in here. I use these pages to practice my hand lettering using like my Tombow Fudenosuke brush tip pens. Last year, I pretty much only used my hard tip brush tip pen, and then this year I'm trying to like master the soft tip, and I use master very loosely because I'm not very good at hand lettering, but I have gotten so much better over the last 3 years of just trying. So really these pages have become my fountain pen playground. I'm doing a lot more doodling. I feel a lot more artistic. I think I've repeated myself like 3 or 4 times at this point, but overall just like glad that I bought a Hobonichi Cousin and glad that it's still getting use, even if it's not getting the use that I had intended when I had originally purchased this planner. And that's okay. Our lives and decisions, you know, change over time, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And I am kind of still just enjoying the process of what a bound book can offer me, and it continues to kind of grow and change up throughout the year. So if you guys have any questions, let me know down below. Has your relationship with your Hobonichi Cousin changed already if you picked one up for this year? Have you used a Hobonichi Cousin in the past and maybe you said goodbye to it? Do you use yours as kind of like a for fun planner? Is it your main planner? Let me know down below. But if you made it this long, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.